In a universe flooded with the conventional, one group keeps the brewing spirit alive. The propaganda of PauperRBust.
Greetings and welcome to PauperRBust on Saturday as always, and there's Pauper Paper Player right away. I believe your name is pronounced Mauro. Sorry if I got that wrong in real life, but Mauro sent us this list. As you can see, he's the Pauper Paper Player in the chat. And I was just like, oh yeah, it looks like a hot dogs list. And then I saw Singe in the sideboard and we went back and forth, and it's very rare that I get, I guess, taught something. I looked at Singe and I'm like, why on earth would you be playing that? And the more I thought about it and the more he explained, and then we went back and forth, and I was just really impressed with this card. Obviously, you play it on your own creature. It's in the sideboard. There's three of them. His original list will also be available too. I linked that, or at least gave it to Shirazin and Chimpskey. If you guys, there it is. Thank you for that. You could see where he sent it in and where I took it. His original list had 16 lands. I went up to 17 and changed a few things around. I'm pretty familiar with this style and definitely have a input on that. And you guys all know me from Deluxe Red, which was kind of the same thing with Empty the Warrens package back when that was legal. But anyway, back to Singe. So let's say you got a 10, 15, Kiln Fiend coming at your opponent. They Pyroblast it. You Singe your own Kiln Fiend in response and make it black. Or, you come over for and they prismatic strands flashback and you're like, nope, now it's a black creature. So, and then it's just got utility after that, even if it doesn't. So it's kind of never dead in your hand. Greatly considered the cutesy side of it. I've almost wanted to play it main, but I was very interested in trying this out and been having some good luck with it. So original list had the red giant growth in it, and I played it a few times. And while that's good at playing offense and defense, it's one of the few things I changed in the main list besides the one land. Lightning Bolt just always clearing the way and getting there and never being kind of a dead draw if you're top decking for a creature. Sometimes you can walk right into that. Anyway, to the deck list, we've got a lot of draw here, even though it's a red deck. We got 4 Angers, 4 Assault Strobes. I really respect this design, being that we have a lot of trample effects that cost 1, and there's quite a few of them. I think it's like 7 or 8. So Assault Strobe at the 1 mana cost has actually I've been very impressed with it. I don't miss this being Tamir Battle Rage at all, which goes to show if somebody sends you a list, play it as is, which is what I did for about, 10 matches, and then started changing things because you need to understand kind of where they were coming from on some of these things. So, and plus, this list has kind of gone by the wayside, right? Everybody's playing Cold Author Red, which I would think is probably a little bit more consistent, but it definitely does not have the firepower this thing does. This is one of those about every other game it seems like it wins on turn 3. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, 4 Crash Throughs, 4 Lava Darts, 4 Lightning Bolts. We've got all 4 Swiftspears. The 1-drops continue over into this next category because I just ran out of vertical room. 3 Renegade Tactics, 4 of my favorite card, and Pauper, Mutagenic Growth. And then we've got the 4 Kiln Fiends, 4 Festival Crashers, and the ways to keep them protected. So now then, we go to the sideboard. And his sideboard was quite a bit different because, it plays in paper and his metagame doesn't really have the same metagame as online. So I went with 3 End the Festivities. I really like the Goblin Chirurgeon on this style of matchup because if you go up against swamps and they edict you, you just sacrifice the Chirurgeon. If they cast down something, you activate it and your guy lives. So, it taps, but hopefully keeps your dudes alive, right? So you got 2 options. 3 Pyroblast, 3 Singe, which we've already been over, 1 Flaring Pain, and 2 Macabre. So, we're probably, this is just kind of a catch-all. Flaring Pain obviously going to get there, but against a lot of other stuff. So anyway, we're probably going to have a pretty quick show today, being that it's we're playing such a lights out sort of deck. But anyway, and I got to admit, I think, Mauro, you're from Argentina, if my notes are right. And I've only met like 3 people from Argentina in my life, and they've all just been really memorable people. I know it kind of sounds like almost a benevolent form of racism, right? But I was a graphic artist I worked with. Her name was Moira. She was just phenomenal, one of the best I've ever worked with. And here we go. Let's see. A little land heavy here. but we do have the Kiln Fiend. We've got double draw cards. Let's keep it. Very chancy. But impossible to find in paper. Oh, yeah. The Jaredgel. Yeah, you got to probably order those from one of the websites. They're tough to get going. I often consider, depending on the draws here, too. Sometimes you just cast Crash Through as a cantrip there, so... No Cypher deck today. Yeah, I might just pull the plug on that. And Chimpskey, hats off to you. You sent in two of the best designs I've seen, but they just, I don't know. I don't know. I think next week I'm going to, when is the new set legal online? Is it next week or after that? Dude, Emmett, nice to hear from you. So yeah, I don't know. I think maybe we'll do like a hybrid show, or if we finish real quickly here, we can maybe showcase some of them. But it's a bit frustrating, man. Looking across from red there, I think I'm just going to pass the turn here. Let's crash through just to see if we can draw an Apostle's Blessing so we can protect it. Okay, now that'll make a little more sense. Oh, the remastered. Yeah, I forget who it was. Apologies, but about a year ago, somebody gave me all the foil wild growths because they know how much I hate white borders, and I don't like foils either. But that's nice to know that there's an option there now too. So that's pretty cool. So what we're hoping for here is not another artifact. Okay, that's all right. I'll get these down here, mow these dudes up. Hopefully, now that the artifacts are gone, a Galvanic Blast can probably be answered with a Mutagenic Growth here to keep our dudes safe. Ooh, that being said, yeah, I'm gonna order it like this. I'm fond of running Reckless Charge in this kind of style too. It seems like that nice little surprise value, right? But yeah, on our community tab page, I made a kind of a wish list for when the new set does come online. I forget when it's available though. But yeah, there's quite a few decks that I want to mess around with, especially decks of the creatureless Infect Persuasion, which is something I've had quite a hand in with over the years. Okay, I don't know if we just slow roll this with the Crasher and not attack and wait. Renegade Tactics. Sometimes we just play that on our own creature. All right, they got the Swarm Engine going. We're probably looking down a Bushwhacker play here. Green, interesting. White border for the win, says Pauper. Nice. All righty. Should I wait? Shouldn't I wait? I don't have any trample, so I'm just going to play out our dude. Yeah, I think I'm going to just pass here. Next turn, that Lava Dart will be having some fun. Really wish I had an Apostle's Blessing here. Gotta be very careful when you play Apostle's Blessing, both for green and red. We have both. So I was playing last night, and I made sure I had it on the stack, and I'm like, oh, hold on, let me cast this Mutagenic before I make myself impervious to it. Okay, no more artifact after this. Hope this is just for the draw, not for Galvanic. Or maybe they target the Crasher and we can still save it with Mutagenic. But yeah, it's just nice as a deck builder over all these years, I wrote back to Mauro and I was just like, what the hell is Singe doing in this? And we started going back and forth, like I said earlier, and I was just like, wow, it's very rare that I haven't heard or thought of using a card. I could spend countless hours in every color and every mana cost of just going like, what about this? Where could this be good eventually and stuff? And that one's color swap ability was pretty sweet. Alrighty. Gosh, I wish we had... Let me bring this out. We'll cast this on one of these dudes here. Get our guys activated here. Make their abilities a little bit harder to answer. They might have to spread out the damage, and that Lava Dart might get going some places. But if we don't draw Trample, it's kind of all for naught. Please draw Trample. Trample. No. Okay. Let's see. I come in over for all of these things. He's probably going to pick on those. Well, let's go. At least we can mow down their team here. Can't be too passive too often. Mtmentat, thank you for the hype, my friend. Yeehaw. Use that Lava Dart sparingly here. Just trying to clear the road. Really wish we had an Apostle's Blessing. Interesting. They have a 1 damage spell it in maybe an Electrickery main with this play. Yeah, I guess we just hold it up. All right. What? Oh, has it got? No, it doesn't have the mana for fumes. Okay. This will encourage a crack back. Hopefully they leave us be. Lava Dart's a nice little 1-2 punch. Obviously, Pyroblast and things like that can fit really well in these decks. His originalist had Mind Collapse. That's pretty cool. Hey, Falcon 1978. Hi from America. Back at you. Thank you for joining us. I like when people say their countries. It always makes me feel nice and small. It's just like, wow, just amazing the world reach. Woo. The 7th of February. Thank you for the update. You know, it's surprising. It was surprisingly hard for me to find that. I wrote it down somewhere and then I lost it. So, yeah. Hot Dog's always a deck. Right before Golgotha Burn was a thing, this was kind of everywhere. Versions of this, and you know, a lot of them ran 4x battle mages and such. So that was pretty cool. We'll take the 1. Singe used to be played in the early days of Pauper. Oh, when Dark Banishing and Doomblade were bigger. Interesting. Well, I guess we try to keep it alive, right? Sucks that we have to use it offensive or defensively, but I'll do it since they're tapped out, especially. Makes our plan a little bit easier. Makeshift munitions. Yeah, gosh, I think Pauper was only around for maybe a couple weeks before I found it online. But you were definitely of the very first, that's for sure. Yay. All right, that 17th land is starting to be a pain now. Let's clear the way now. Boop. Chunk. At least they have to start sacrificing their artifact lands, right? Let's do this. Swiftspear and Company. Obviously, valuable too, which was in the original sideboard list, is Immolation Scepter. What is that? Immolation Beast, Hound, something. You pay life, the Phyrexian life, and pump it up. It's pretty great. Okay, well, at least going to get in for 8 here. I would imagine they're going to block Kiln Fiend. Or maybe they just... Can they take it? Nope. A little too much. Alright, that's enough lands, please. They're at 6 mana. Moliating Soul Eater. That's the one. The Phyrexian Dog. Boy, I'm so nervous for tomorrow's football game here in the States. American football with the 49ers are my favorite team. My brothers too. Oh boy, we are just nervous wrecks. Hoping we can get all the way. Daros Mighty ZDT. I want to offer promotion of your channel. Viewers, followers, chatbots. The price is lower than any competitor. The quality is guaranteed. Ottawan. I earn my guys the old-fashioned way, one by one. Hey-o, eating pizza, watching my favorite Pauper dude. Hey, awesome. Guy who walks alone. Thank you for the hype, my friend. Yep, it's nose to the grindstone. Trying to do our best every show and eke out the quality and go from there. Alrighty, well, I guess Double Strike's going to be a little bit better on the Kiln Fiend here. Don't they have access to 2 mana? No, they don't. See, they can zap something for 1. No first strike. Let me double check these reads. Enters the battlefield. Token. Sacrifice, draw a card. They've got 1 activation here, so I guess we throw this on Kiln Fiend. Double Strike. Probably not going to be able to get there if they can just withstand here. What do they got? What do they got? Yeah, if you could block that Shiraz, I'd appreciate it. We ain't about shortcuts here. And who would want to buy fake viewers, you know? I actually, on all my lists, even like old school Facebook, like so many times somebody's birthday will come up and I feel like a jerk because that's when I delete friends, because I'm like, if I can't immediately know who that person is, I feel like a phony if they're my friend. And so I'm trying to get my friends count down. Talk about not being a normal social media person, right? I just want it to be like people that will go to my funeral. So unfortunately, those little birthday reminders are always like, I don't remember this person. Unfriend on your birthday. That's how it goes. All right, we only get in for 2. We get rid of a lot of material here. And we have a mystery card in hand. Let's see if it gets there. Ton of new toys. Yeah, we'll go over that at the end of the show, especially if it's a fast show today. I've got a wish list loaded. If you follow us on the YouTube community tab, you can see it and see the list that I recommend. I was wondering if that was in this list. Pretty cool. A lot of respect for that little card. I've been killed with that in paper a few times. Yeah. I'm not sure, Chimpskey. Yeah, it's funny because it showed up, then it threw me in all this confusion. Whoa, emergency world. Never seen this one. Return an artifact or creature card from a graveyard to your hand. Create a 1/1. Ooh, boy, going all in on the token vibe. This is really when I wish I had Reckless Impulse. I know my hot dogs list has it. These sort of scenarios. Not doing that great on life. Glimmer Barn representing a whole lot of damage. Okay. Let's see if we can make this large. Can't block there. Come on, just draw something that's relevant. Got a lava dart. No, Netherland. Let's see. Let me just get busy. Bye-bye Kiln Fiend, but we turn off some food here. As long as that makeshift munitions is not able to be interactive, I gotta use what I can here. That coffee mist going right up my nose again. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, this is the first time I've had this have a flooding issue here. 17's not too many, but especially with Lava Dart already flashback, you would think we'd have better options. Akiara, good to hear from you, my friend. Long time no see indeed. We'll keep the 2 mystery cards in hand. Make them think we got something good. We don't. I'm just happy our Kiln Fiend's alive. I would have double blocked there. Yeah, everybody was right about Cypher. I just can't quite see it. Got probably 8 submissions overall. And yeah, it's rough. I even made a mono black Cypher list with that kill card using like Dark Ritual to kind of pump up really fast like shadow dudes with Bone Splitter and stuff, but it's just felt wrong. It just wasn't there. Let's see, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and then he can shoot us for 1 more, so we're technically at 5 life. If the show's super fast, we can maybe go over a couple of those lists and see what's up. Come on over, Glimmer Bomb. Tough scenario. Let's rock. Here we go. Something that isn't that. Okay. Yo, you can sacrifice. Yeah, we're going for a super low curve here. Obviously, when the game goes to this stage, it's frustrating, and you do want the battle rage at this point, but just don't know if it's worth attacking here. We would lose. Yeah, let's keep it offensive here. I'm just going to thrash. Definitely going to lose a Fiend here. Going to be nerve-wracking going up against this, right? They'll obviously pop that to kill the Fiend. But if we do this, that's 4, 5, 6. We're in Lava Dart country. I'd rather just get in the damage here. Pinging time. To the Kiln Fiend, I'm assuming. Yep. Just enough. No respect, I tell ya. Three sets a week, sure. I totally get it. Glimmer. Tokens. All right. We obviously know what we're bringing in here. And the opponent probably knows too. 3 in the Festivities makes its way into the main. I don't know why our clock froze up there. All right. Bring this in here. I like this because there's, well, we didn't see too much damage there. Lava Dart's obviously going to stay. Lightning Bolt might be a bit of overkill here. Keep one in. Lose a blessing. Access to green. Obviously, they might have some sort of graveyard shenanigans, but I'm going to wait till we see it. Singe, not going to bother with. Don't think we're going to see too much of it. Maybe a Jaredgel? Nah, I'd be forcing it. Let's bring in the Blast Bolt. Let's go. Taking a new set. We already talked about the interesting new poison stuff. No, Medicine 1, we're going to do that at the end of the show. I got a little list loaded up of my choices, and if you're impatient like I am, you can just head on over to our YouTube page. Under the community tab, you'll see my list. You can just take a screenshot, or I even have the text file there if you're interested. We'll keep this. Pretty decent hand. Got a nice 1-2 punch. I'd really like a Mutagenic here, and that we're sitting across from a red. But whatever. We got the best red mountains in the game. My Therese Nielsen. Woo, here we go. Thank you, Chimpskey. Yeah, I really like that community tab. You know, it's doing what Facebook used to. And Facebook's gotten maddening now. I'm barely ever on it anymore because when you have a little sub page, like, you know, I have my own page, and then, you know, it used to alert you, and now it's just they've reinvented it. So I know I bitched about this like 3 or 4 weeks ago, but they make it so hard. You have to do this double login, and then all this stuff shows up, doesn't alert you at all, and it's just like it's been designed in reverse. So I've been really leaning on keeping YouTube the main hub, and, you know, it's just does what Facebook used to. It's like, hey, here's this deck list. Here's some notes from long ago. Here's a picture of my son winning a tournament, whatever. If you care at all about the channel, that's where you want to be. So I'm literally probably just going to phase out the whole Facebook presence, because it used to be a really nice way to share deck lists and get things going, but now it's they've just, I don't know what they're doing. I'll sit and wait. Yeah, Madison 1. I'm just I'm very narrow-minded with I've made a creatureless infect list a long time ago, and I think I placed even money. I never won a tournament with it, but I went like 3-2 with it and had the balls to play it in a tournament. And back then, all I could use was Pistis Strike and Virulent Wound to get the engine going, and then bad proliferate cards. But now, as you all know, there's a whole lot more options. It'll be neat too for White Infect to get that one little white dude that just keeps coming back over and over again. That was pretty sweet. We're gonna drop the Fiend and hope he survives. We just win next turn if Fiend stays alive. Really wish I had a Mutagenic here. I feel very naked, but yeah, I think so, Chimpskey. I think it's gonna be like almost like bottom of tier 2. I really do. It's so many ways to build it, so many color options too. Especially now with Weather the Storm wasn't available. I used to lean on like Pulse of Marasa to get your mana right and stuff like that. But all right, cool. I'm so glad it wasn't a Bolt. Considered Experimental Synthesizer in this list too. It's just one of those lists though. You just want to have like, you just want to be the problem like immediately. And man, that crash through Assault Strobe, Lava Dart. This is going to be a bloodbath, guys. Yeah, this is over already. Nobody told our opponent though. Dun dun dun. The only way I mess up is clicking wrong. Remember, this is a sorcery. I haven't screwed up yet, but the other night I almost went like for the old aha, and it was like, nope. So crash through first, activate everything. This is why I really wanted that 17th land opposed to last turn. A lot of times in my the original build, I just found I was losing hands because all I needed was one land to get things going. And obviously we'll put Assault Strobe on this right now. And this is when the deck just wins. Now, see here, Temur Battle Rage, nice and all, but we get a whole nother spell out of the deal, and that's what this deck's really based on. It's like this early damage, so we'll just be getting this through here. I mean, the damage goes through regardless. There, yep. All right, cool. Bum, bum, bum. And just like that, it's off to the races. So anyway, if you're joining us late, one of the reasons this list caught my attention was this old school card from Plane Shift, Singe. So you can, if a Pyroblast is coming your way, you send your own Kiln Fiend to make it black, or, you know, prismatic strands sort of thing. And obviously it has nice utility against fairies or standard bearers or things like that. So I really hope there's a, I can show it today. The original list had 2, and that's probably correct. There is definitely some new card smell that made me want to play all 3, because I want to see it and I want to be able to play it today. I'm trying my best to stay disciplined and not get all like, you know, here's this new toy. I gotta do it right now. So anyway, but while we're waiting for our opponents, I'll let's see, bring up my, what was the did I put it in here? I thought I had it loaded. Yeah, here we go. So this is one of the newer cards that I think I'm going to get 4 of. Now, when I have 4 of these, it just means I just want access to them. It doesn't mean I have perfect plans for them. Charge of the Mites, I thought was pretty cool. Deals equal to, excuse me, damage equal to the number of creatures you control, kind of like Harsh Sustenance. And then being able to just generate toxics is pretty nice. The Mandible Justicard, man, this thing's terrifying. It looks like something out of Pan's Labyrinth. I think there might be a loop thing here where this can get really big in a hurry. So I just wanted to hold on to it. I don't know of any ways right away. And obviously this is going to go right into Wide Infect for that 1 drop right next to Benevolent Bodyguard to just get the ball rolling and to eat edicts and such. So it's going to be pretty sweet. But yeah, I like the Nightmare artwork and all this stuff. This is a lot of card for 1 blue mana. I just was like, that's a lot of card. I'm gonna grab 4 of them. You know what? It's going to cost you 1 cent. Experimental Augury, probably one of the best cards for a creatureless infect style, which, excuse me, 90% of this is kind of geared that way. That's why I picked so many cards, but I usually get around 70 to 90 cards in the new set, but that means 4 of this, 4 of that, 4 of that. All right, more on that later. We will see how we go up against Dabo. Yeah, there's so much dark artwork that I'm just loving. It's nice and evil. It's seething evil. Oh boy. Draw, 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 draw. Mulligan, mulligan, mulligan. Let's get rid of this. Mulligan. Bloop. Well, we got 2 lands and a Swiftspear and a way to protect it. All right, we'll keep it. Not the most explosive hand. Creatures, target. You know, I think I might get rid of Lightning Bolt. I'll get rid of this. We haven't got a Kiln Fiend yet. Let's go. I have downloaded Over the Garden Wall too. Oh, by the way, Mauro and or Pauper Paper Player, I bought Over the Garden Wall. Whoa! He raged at his family, at his life, but mostly he just raged. Love that quote. White bordered. Good grief. I watched all of Over the Garden Wall. I bought it for $10 on Amazon Prime because I saw one clip of it on YouTube and I immediately fell in love with it. And I was right. You were all right. It's definitely one of my favorite cartoons of all time. I was just blown away by it. Very obvious Dante Inferno reference and whatnot. But yeah, I was just tickled through and through. I think episode 2 is my favorite because of the extreme Halloween angle and slash limbo of Dante. Alrighty, let's bring this out and attack with our hasted version. Yeah! I did not think I'd see a white bordered raging goblin ever. I feel like reaching out to this person and saying, I have about 40 of those black border if you want them. They're yours. Yeah. Same game plan. Bigger butt. It's like the Jennifer Lopez of goblins. Anybody get that? who I've actually worked with. I think I brought this up years back. The movie Mi Familia. I was her production assistant. Had to give her piggyback rides in the American River. Whoa. This is about as rogue as it gets. Flanking agility. All right. Maybe somebody new to Pauper? I don't know. Is anyone going to Paupergeddon in March? Akiara, one of these years I'm going to do that. I know there's a big event in Phoenix out here in the States too, but oh, that'd be a good way to roll with it there. All right, we'll just see if we can end this next turn. Play this up. That's so weird, flanking on a goblin. It's like, all right, don't plan on doing too much blocking. Get the old 2-for-1 with the bolt. Definitely like Crash Through more than Renegade Tactics. I believe it's a 4-3 count for that same reason. As my son's fond of saying, any card that says draw a card on it is always in the top like 500 of Magic cards. At least it replaces itself. Boop. What is this? Whoa! Man, this is like straight out of like 1997. What's going on here? Saber-tooth Cobra. We were just mentioning this last week. This is old school Pauper for sure. Nice to see. It's the best card they're playing though, that and agility, because it has black borders, right? I better read it. I'm just acting all arrogant here. Like, we got this. Gets a poison counter. And it gets another poison counter unless they pay 2. That's the one we were just talking about last week. Isn't that weird? Yeah, this is not the most competitive list. No offense to our opponent, but yeah. Let's actually, this is probably better. I'll just do this to here. This is always relevant later, so just want to draw a card. See if we can get some stuff rolling online here. Alrighty, that's pretty cool. Let's throw an anger on Kiln Fiend. Come on now, show us an Assault Strobe. That's why we're doing this main, not during, right? Well, you can't block, and I think this is death, right? Kiln Fiend says, thanks for playing. Yeah. As we come over for lethal on a stick. Crunch. Writing down junk. PTRB. This opponent reminds me of my childhood. The cards you are given. Yeah, no kidding. It's kind of a free round here. Maybe they're new to Pauper. Or maybe they're having a lot of gin and tonics. Who knows? In the festivity, I think like anything we bring in is just kind of overkill. We're just going to run this back. Every once in a while, you run up against what seems to be a beginner, and then you'll see a Singe tech or something like that, and you're like, oh, well, I learned a little something there. But, yeah. So aggro. There we go. There we go. All right. Perfect. 2 lands, 3 creatures, lots of stuff to do. Let's rock. Sometimes this happens, but as kind of one of the guys of Pauper, like Pauper Tim, I don't like to quit on people, or if I have to go, I will literally write apologies for the inconvenience. I've got it, don't want to represent poorly. You never know. It might be the person's first time in playing Pauper, right? And if they run into a jerk, then maybe they leave the format. Ooh, they got a nice taste in that land. That's pretty. Almost too realistic, huh? What is up with these white bordered cards? Somebody just dumped off a bunch of 7th edition stuff, right? Yeah, that's very true. Manacost.com. Well said. Okay. A 3/3 defender. That ain't fun. It's going to stop our little Swiftspear. It's only good for one cinder wall. This should just be called like the wall of grenades. Just boom. was just starting to watch a movie on Netflix before the show called Narvik, based on World War II. I think it's right up Norway's neck of the woods, a little town there where all the iron ore for World War II was going through, and the Germans double-crossed them, and pretty good so far. Oh, I love Gaspin Ogre. Always such a decision, right? Okay. Well, we're just going to slow roll this and try to end the turn next turn. We'll just do nothing here. Never know, they might have a white bordered fog waiting for us. Cinderwall. You know, maybe about another 10 years of doing this show, we will have seen every common played. About every 30th show we'll run in a kind of a noob list. Spider-Man. Complete with web and outfit. Hey, he's got a black border one too. If I'm online and not doing the show, a lot of times I reach out to players like this and just give them cards. You know, what am I going to do with Skyfisher number 30 through 50, right? Well, I'm not going to block this. This, given the old school tempo here, it's probably just on Double Giant Growth or some old school card. I'll respect it. Any recommendations on a first Pauper deck? I need to get used to MTGO Arena and my experience. Oh, Dude Emmett, good question. Great place to ask it. What kind of decks do you like to play? Because, I mean, Pauper's pretty wide open. I always recommend, for the money, I think my Black Sack list, the one that says the best black deck, I think for like $30 you can get that online and start at least 3-2ing or better pretty regularly. It's pretty great. All right, let me make this not be able to block. Yeah, I think that's well said there, manacost.com. Yeah, Blackburn's a whole lot of fun. What's he got? Vines? Fog. Okay. Yeah, I think this is a new player because with 2 mana left up, they could have really wrecked us here. We still get to draw a card. There's no reason to attack, though. Called that one, huh? Fog it is. Oh, mid-range Golgari, you need to talk to an Chimpskey. He could send you about 7 lists that are awesome for that. He's our Captain Mid-Range. Captain Grind. You should have a G in your middle name. Yeah. Tortured Existence is a thing, but you're going to run out of time. There's some aggro versions, though. There's one that placed a 5-0 recently, I believe. But that can be a frustrating experience trying to pilot Tortured Existence, especially if you're new to Magic Online. Tempted to block here to just pull out a trick. We can always Lava Dart in response. I don't care about 1 mana or 1 damage. More things could go wrong. Oh, I think Pauper is pretty popular. It's definitely growing up. Seems like everybody that comes to the format's just like, oh my god, you can do this? I love this. They're tapping out for 7 damage, so we win next turn. Alright, let's bring out the Swiftspear. We'll make this not be able to block. This list is awfully cheap too. We will double cast this. Make sure it's a sorcery. Gotta make sure. And we'll do this. For optimal carnage. Crunch. A bunch. Alright. Let's try to get a... hopefully not such a beginner list there. More of an asterisk next to that wind, right? Wind? Wind. Okay. We have a Swiftspear draw. We're on the draw, and we have drawing cards. I think I'm going to keep this one, guys. 1 mana, and we're really in this. I'll keep it. We can crash through for nothing and see what that gets us. Bit of a chance. Well, we got everything we need in our hand. Just need the most probable thing, which is a land. That was a big fire slap. Whoa, look at this. Purdy. Oh, that's got great lighting. Beautiful. I love crashing through for nothing. Hey, Toothmaker's in the house. One of my oldest partners in crime in the Magic game. Woo! Has anyone in the chat ever played the game? Oh, dang it. What's that called, Toothmaker? You know, the one that takes like 4 days and has lunar cycles. Something Pass? Dragon's Pass? Was that it? Me and my lack of patience. He tried to show me that game once. About 7 hours in, I was like, okay. Yeah, that was crazy. That's where his moniker comes from. Sir Ramses, Toothmaker of Chatsuk. All right. Well, here's a Golgari list for somebody in the chat there that was wondering. Guess we'll just bring this out and attack. It would be nice to hit a mountain there, but whatever. It's pretty hard to find. Didn't you meet the creator of that too, Toothmaker? I think I remember you telling me that. Okay. Talk about a list where we're going to need... this looks like a Tortured Existence list. Macabre. Nice tasting lands here. Woo. We could just double strike here. Probably best to just play Renegade Tactics and try to draw a card. Take that, Stinkweed. Always yield. Give me land, give me land, give me land. Go, come on, list. Jesus. Let's go. I should have known not to keep a one-lander, even though I put one more in here. Lands, why? I like that. That's a good emote, Yargo. Haven't seen this in a while. Gurmag Angler's younger cousin. Right. Let's see what we can do. Good grief. I'm going to cast this just to draw a card. See if we can't get something online here. Let's draw a card. Let it be a land, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Double strike would do that. It's so redundant. 5/5 with Death Touch. It's like, okay. I think I'm just going to get things right. I'll just do this and yield. Just kind of come over with a swarm, especially if we draw another crash through or Renegade Tactics style thing. Opponent's a little under the gun here, meaning that they got to play defense, but they want to play offense with a 5/5. Clunky draw for sure. Boy, they got all the lands. There it is. Get your clocks ready. I'll see you in 50 minutes. Brown scale. Not too worried. Don't want to see a spore frog, obviously. Another reason to run lightning bolts, lava darts. Get that last bit of damage in. Yeah, this is the Tortured Existence version that I think works because it goes a little more on the aggro side of things. Not quite as resilient, but it saves on the clock, that's for sure. Triple Swiftspear, feeling good. Very cool. All right. They got a Spore Frog in hand? No way to activate Tortured Existence. This feels wanton. Can I just do this here? I think I can. Assault Strobe here. Another reason I like this list. Assault Strobe's always been around, then Temur Battle Rage always took over, but boy, this 1 mana is just making a huge difference. Yep. Boom. Lots of W's. All right, Macabre's coming in. Probably Flaring Pain. And by probably, I mean yes. If you're just joining us, we're playing, this is the card that really stood out in this list from our friend from Argentina, Mauro, and our paper player in the chat here. But nice way to get around, what do you call, Pyroblast effects or Hydroblast. And then Prismatic Strands, just targeting your own stuff. Plus, just got a lot of utility throughout. Pretty cool. I don't know if I want to bring in this dude. We don't really see too many things going on with that. Might be a nice way to crash through, but we've already got crash through for that. I don't want to get rid of Lightning Bolt completely, but I will lose 2 of them. Renegade Tactics really shining in this matchup. Probably 1 less of these. This is a good way to clear through the damage, but they're running a 2-colored deck. You know what? I think I'm going to go like this. I'll keep these at 2. Singe-Fiend, oh, forever on the board. Yeah, so far. Did not respect the deck, that's for sure. It's funny, this thing can disappear for like just a few weeks, maybe months, and people are just like, oh, I got, whoops, dead. Keep this. We don't really see too much removal, and plus we've got a little bit of a defensive answer in Mutagenic Growth, so we'll try this. Yeah, Blackburn is a lot of fun. Cheap and very effective. I took that to our paper store for like 3 weeks in a row and got first place with it. It was just, and it was, the metagame was there. It was everything, but like I said last week, there's just some decks that like you, and that deck likes me. And what's that? Oh, Keeping a Reknar Raid is just, you could put one of those in. That's so cool when your sideboard just shows up like this. I could put one of those in the list, and I will always have it in my opening hand, like 1 of 70 or 1 of 60. Sideboard swap. Oh, named Chimpskey. Awesome. All right, we'll do it next turn. Next sideboard, you got me. That's the first time in history that's finally done it. Sideboard swap. If you wonder what that is, you redeem those tokens, and you can sideboard for me, and you can screw me up or whatever. But it's good times. I'm gonna cast this now. Just to get our cards right. See if we can draw something here. All right. Mana's right. Make sure. There we go. Let's go. Get that Kiln Fiend online. I like having that Macabre in hand. It's feeling good. Yeah. Good old meat bucket. We had an obsession with braids and Nantuko shade back in the day. Odyssey block and such. Back when I used to play cards with these weird little gold symbols in the corners. Strange stuff. Sight in the Singe. All right. Obviously, we're going to lean on Kiln Fiend here. We draw that Assault Strobe. We're just going to have it. But it's funny how many times already in, 3 games that Assault Strobe has really meant the difference compared to it being Temur Battle Rage. I think in 2 of the 3 cases, they would have almost been dead, whereas Assault Strobe got there quicker. Makes sense. I mean, the deck's all about just absolutely puking out your hand, exploding, whatever you want to, metaphor you want to use. Keeping our eye on the graveyard. Stinkweed, I'm not too worried about that. You don't want to get greedy like with the Stinkweed here, and then all of a sudden they get you in a fog lock with the Spore Frog, and you're like, I mean, we've got end of turn lightning bolts and other answers, but yeah. Okay. I'm going to just play Double Fiend here. At this stage of the game, they're probably going to bring back a Stinkweed Imp, thinking they're safe, and we've got Renegade Tactics, and we'll be good to go. I'm just going to save our firepower here. See if they want to block. They probably do. Trying to be patient with a explosive red deck. Not the easiest thing. It's like laughing in class when you're not supposed to. Somehow it makes you laugh harder, right? Oh yeah, wait till it's 4-0 and then just side out all my lands or something. Be the meanest move ever. Leave me with 2 mountains main. It'd be funny, an opening hand, have both of them. Be like, sucker! Yeah, I thought that would take off a little bit more when I first came up with that idea for, the fans just being able to play, tell me what to sideboard, but a little bit of a delay can cause some issues, but we'll take care of you, and then Chimpskey force it to go in, right? Which deck do I find it easy to be patient with? Oh, probably Blackburn. Not many. If I build them, it kind of has impatience built in. So like usually the best play is to kind of exhaust your hand and go for that sheer. That's my MMA strategy, meaning like take 2 fighters that are equal power, but one just keeps shoving out jabs, like probably a 4-to-1 ratio. The other one maybe tries to throw a haymaker, but haymakers miss here and there. And before you know it, you've taken all this tiny little ding, 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 ding damage. And so I try to exhaust my mana as much as possible. Obviously, there's situations where that's not a good strategy. But if I do 3 things and you do 1 thing, I like my odds. That's what I'm trying to say. And a lot of times in MMA, you'll see people where they're not hitting too hard, but boy, they just keep getting through. He keeps hitting, and then all of a sudden the guy just gets knocked out. It's just that accumulation of damage. Alrighty. Shall we win? You cannot block. Hop. You can't do anything. Deluxe a cough of aggressive persuasion. Always. That's how I play chess too. Oh, we could draw a card here. That's probably our best out. Lava Dart would be really nice, or Assault Strobe here for that last little bit. Alrighty. Did we draw a card? Doesn't really matter, does it? Show chat, show log. Game log. I probably look like a jerk, but if I type... Let's see. Did I play a land? I can't remember. Turn 4. We did not. All right. Well, let's take a chance. Boop. Give me a land. Land. Give me a crack. Smack. It's over, baby. Woo! Attacko! Crusho! No outso. There are lots of, it looks like a website, and a lot of W's on this page. Skapow! That's Jaredgel. That's for sure. I'm going to need some coffee for this high-powered offense here. Bam! All right, we're going to be back. We're going to play, going to roll to a Sideboards Explored commercial. I'm going to get some more coffee. I recommend you do the same, and I'll be back right after this.
Welcome to Sideboards Explored, Gaining Life. Weather the Storm leads the pack in this category, assuming you have access to green mana, often netting upwards of 20 life. This card is the hallmark of life gain. Sylvok Lifestaff is a bastion of hope against damage, brilliant in creature combat. However, be careful when playing this, as it can really make games go long. Watch your clock. Crypt Incursion's strength to eat an aggro player's graveyard and gain horrific amounts of life are not to be overlooked. In the right deck, the scale of life gain this can reach will cause many opponents to scoop out of sheer frustration. Siphon Life is a cool and synergistic way around prevention effects, while at the same time providing a life swing. Its retraceability is a fantastic way to prevent flooding late game. Unexpected Fangs has become quite expected in many swamp-based strategies. When paired with a massive creature like Gurmag Angler, it can keep you safe from those burn matchups, usually in one swing. In the right deck, Harsh Sustenance can be both a life boon and an instant speed kill spell, especially if your opponent is hiding behind a Fog-style Stonehorn Dignitary type of lock. For 3 mana, Pulse of Marasa is a lot of card, netting you a fallen critter with the massive upside of big life gains.
The moments after a car crash, time stands still. You ponder the close call, grateful for our numerous circles of protection. At COP Motors, we understand what matters most. As vehicles come and go, our perilous research towards your safety is unmatched. COP Motors, protecting what matters most.
And we're back. Love that VO. All right, let's see. I think we played this person already. I hope it's not the beginner dude. Yeah, we want to play first. Yep, great hand. Keep everything you want, really. An embarrassment of riches. Woo! Let's go. Yep. Coming on over with Swiftspear. Yeah, I'll probably throw together something in the next week as far as like the, not what I'm getting, but what I recommend the picks would be. I don't think there'll be that many. Usually I choose like 8 or 10, and afterwards I look back and I'm like, I should have made that 3 or 4. Thank you, Toothmaker. Ours are pretty simple. Just like to keep up like one graphic for a while and have at it. All right, we got a Mutagenic, so I don't mind throwing a Kiln Fiend out there because it can live through quite a bit of the removal spells at this stage of the game. Singe-Fiend. Technically hot dogs. Of course, Emoliating Soul Eater isn't in this anymore, but it was in the original in the sideboard. Good option if you're up against a prismatic opponent, calling colors and such. Ooh boy, that is a pretty heath. Slivers! What on earth? Awesome. I really want a mountain here. All right. I think we just have it again, right? I want to hit a mountain. If we don't, though, I don't really have all that great of options here. That's usually how we do it, Toothmaker. Let me bring this up here. I just want to see if we can draw a mountain here. That's kind of the optimal out. Maybe I should have done dart. There we go. All right. We can do stuff now. Strobe on this. And the game's over. And the reason why I put that 17th land in here is just way many more scenarios where you just need to hit that one more than the other. So make no mistake, you're going to get a lot of scoops on decks like this. But you're going to get a lot of free wins too. Yep. That one's over. Slivers. 1 hour in and we're almost through all our matches. Like win. Woo! Okay. Don't really see too much relevance here, but hey, Chimpskey, you got some minutes. Let's go. You're gonna let Slivers beat us? Give us our first L for the day? I'm not sure what that means. Just put 3 Singes in. All right. If you're wondering what's happening, he's used up his Pauper points in the Twitch chat to be able to sideboard for me. If you look at the little details and how to, you can save up your points and do that too. I have assumed control, says Jaredgel. He named it Singe-Fiend. We have not seen any singeing going on. This is true. This is true. I was afraid there'd be scenarios where we just don't see any white decks, but it might be relevant here because they're playing, a Celestia style build. So anything else you want to bring in? You open up everything here. Oh, Quadratic Hawk. Nice to hear. What's going out here? How many Trigon? Pronounce it a few times too. I know I'm probably saying it wrong. Chirurgeon? All of them. All right. That's 6 cards in. What are we losing? Take out all blessing or just one? Four out. All right. Yeah, we got enough ways to crash through, literally. Cherrygon, Cherrygon. Somebody's got to spell that phonetically for me. I thought I was saying it right, but you know me. I'm always saying it wrong. Take out 2 strobe. I always want to see that. But it's your sideboard, sir. Let's go. Strobe's almost a removal effect in a matchup like this where we're just bashing creatures together. Oy. I just wanted the Singes in. I get you. I did too. All right, guys. We got burned last time when we held on to 1 land. I mean, we still won, but what do you say? What do you say? We've got a nice lightning bolt turn here for their first lord that shows up. I think we can keep this because of Ancestral Anger to draw. I'm going to keep it. On the draw too, so. Chirurgeon. So it's Chirurgeon. I'm adding all these syllables. Someday I'm going to do a sideboard swap and make all the decisions based on flavor text. Yeah, I thought so long and hard about that, and this is the first time it's ever been used. It's been up for like 9 months. I was just like, I was trying to like, my focus was like, I'm going to do something I've never seen a streamer do, and so I was just trying to come up with ideas. Sometimes I hate all the silly stuff like stand up and turn around 3 times, or, you know, this weird little Simon Says sort of thing. So. Damn extra vowels. Why put them in there? Save everyone some time. All right. We got a target for our bolt. Hopefully they don't have a mutagenic in tow. We'll see what we can do here. This is frustrating. Technically, I should probably Ancestral Anger here. I respect slivers too much. I don't want lords living. I'm going to try to keep these out. Redeem Pauper points able to play you on the show. Yeah, I guess anybody can really pull that off, though, but not like it's some rare thing. Just show up, all right? I know. What's up with the lands? All right. If you like turn 3 and 4 wins very consistently, this is a good deck to be playing, as long as you hit your lands. Alrighty. Ancestral Anger is going to be pretty easy out here. There's another bolt. Do I keep respecting, or do I... we're so likely to get into that realm here. I'm gonna redo this here. Let's get a land here. All right. Darn list. Let's go. I could trample over, but I'm just gonna save it for maximum thrashability. Swear there's an algorithm when you keep a 1-lander. It's just like, oh, you were about to draw a land. We're going to put them all at the very end. You draw 20 non-mountain cards. Yeah, what would that? That'd be like a Mindslaver turn, right? Toothmaker, and but in Pauper. Old school card. I used to get wrecked by that pretty regularly. All right, definite lightning bolt here. No white showing up for our opponent. That's strange. My chat just blinked out. That was strange. Make sure everything's still looking and sounding good. Okay. Land. There's Singe. We don't need it yet. I'm going to get rid of the artwork I don't like. Singe has been activated. I'd love to see like a prismatic strands next turn be like, whoa, next level. How to win with 1 mana. Jeez. We've taken down a couple of lords. Uh-oh. Gosh dang it. I had a crash. What's going on? Might still be on. Give me a minute here, guys. Maybe the new update did something, eh? Control Alt Delete. Okay, Task Manager. Here, second here. Is that working? Okay, that's still on. Am I still on? Check, check. Chat seemed to go away. It says I am live still. I don't know where chat went. I guess I'll just assume. Toothmaker, could you text me and let me know if you're seeing this or not? Did they block? They did not. Okay. Magic's still working. But my stream looks like it crashed. Chimpskey. Here we go. You are still on air. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. That's weird. Just the chat of OBS stopped working. That was strange. Okay. Good to know. What do we have here? Sound good though? All right, cool. And we still see it. Okay. Thank you, buddies. Let's go. That's really weird. It's like just the chat window went down. Maybe if I close this, open up the chat window. Where is it? View, docs, chat. Does that wake it up? Hey-oh. Weird. Hey, there we go. Glad I didn't zap out. Uh-oh, they're going to come climbing back. Singe to the rescue. Wouldn't that be so cool if it ends up being the kill spell, Chimpskey? Just be like, next level. Okay, we're probably going to have to use these mutagenics to get rid of a lord here. They're playing very conservatively. 1 mana, that is a lot of respect. Good grief. This is ridiculous. I'm going to cast Crash Through just for the ability to draw a card here. Hello. Yep. I'm paying it. Let's go. Weird program. Give me a mana. It's like so thirsty. I'm like, bleh. Good times, good times. I guess we just crash in with these dudes, right? Yeah. Let me cost them some pain. Of course, this one doesn't have trample. That kind of sucks. Attack! Okay. That scenario's a bit easier, isn't it? Do this here. At least they might not be able to get that back over and over again. Who knows if that is their plan? 8 for 5. Our guys both live. They probably won't attack the way they've been playing. Let's see. Pay life spells are busted. Yep. Mutagenic is probably my favorite spell in all of Pauper. I can argue it being in almost any list. Maybe not Turbo Fog, but... You wanted me to use it on the Lone Missionary? Oh. Poor Shiraz. Blue screens are the worst. Glad I remembered, though, when that last time that happened, I just Control-Alt-Delete, and then it just kind of wakes up OBS. But I'm always suspect whenever there's an update. And there was one mid last week. I was like, okay, I'll update. Usually there's more ghosts in the machine than it's worth. If it's anything like the problems I've run into, Shiraz, I don't know, with you, you're probably on some Commodore 64. But for me, it was asking my tech buddy. The Windows Defender, at least on PCs, has gotten so good now. He said all that antivirus stuff actually ends up clogging the system. And so once I got rid of that, it was just like everything's been running great. The ultimate Singe turn. All right, let's get out this dude. Jeez, that is 16 damage coming at us. I want Singe to be relevant. Let's see, we just play Kiln Fiend pass. I think we're at an impasse here. Yeah, my buddy's pretty awesome in the tech field. That's what he's been doing for his whole life. And he said, it used to suck, but he said the last year or two, it's gotten really robust and pretty much all you need. According to him, it's been great for me. I did it, never looked back, and every program I'm running seems like it's 10 times faster. Yeah, I really want Singe actually to stop a Pyroblast, or Hydroblast, I mean. All right, I'll pass. Boy, this is going to hurt. We probably can't even play Mutagenic unless they just don't attack here. Flanking, got to watch out. One Lord and we're out of there. We're out of it. Of course, maybe they've got Prismatic Strands math. They've got it up. Oh man, this is getting steep. Woo! Assault Strobe Singe for the win if he's got Prismatic. Of course, they can just flash it back. It's not the greatest. Coming over for 15. Okay, I will take that. Any trick and we're dead here. I'll take it. The Singe trick against Prismatic's only good if it's being flashed back, because then they can just let it resolve and then call black. Okay, I guess we won't see that. And here we go, folks. That is a lot of backsides to get through. We will be singeing. Well, I can't guarantee that. Now we will. Okay. First things first. Assault Strobe on Kiln Fiend. Our opponent's hellbent, so don't really have to worry about too much here. Okay. This is Pauper. Whoa. Anything in the yard? No. I don't think we're getting out of this one, guys. So, come on. He's a creature. Aren't people creatures? Why can't that happen? Let us see. We don't really care about poison. I guess we target the Lord. Singe has been cast. Check it out. It's going to turn black. Drum roll. 3, or countdown. 3, 2, 1. See if this crashes the system. Check it out. You turncoat. Woo! And with our last bit, we'll just do this. Attack. We've lost our first game. Going to the next sideboard. Black Sliver Lord. Screen grab that. There we go. Double strike. Boy, if we had a anything like a, what do you call, lava dart, something, that'd be so sweet right now. Still think we get there, right? Oh no, it doesn't have trample. Don't need it. Crunch. Ah! What just happened? Oh yeah, it doesn't have trample. Or we're dead. Kept thinking it was like a 1-2 punch. All right, first L of the day. All right, Singe cost us the game. All right. I'm going to lose the Chirurgeon. Bye-bye, Singe. I might keep one of them in there. I don't know. I like this to be able to get through. It is technically a Celestia list, so I'm going to bring these back in. We're at 60. I really want my Assault Strobes. Not too worried about things dying through combat since we have the crash through ability here. Not my style, my friend. But I'm glad you pulled it off. Yeah, Apostle gets through, prevents stuff, and then even the strobe. Let's see. Well, asterisk by that L. Yeah, let's go. Good hand. Keep. Yeah. Ancestral Anger. You hurt my grandpa. This is true, Chimpskey, and I appreciate you holding my feet to the fire. Unmod him. Ooh, no turn on either of our parts. Boy, we're keeping some slow hands here. All right, no brainer. Going to favor Fiend in this matchup. 1 extra damage. Although you got to love the artwork here. Like that pumpkin festival dude. Woo! Brave is the streamer. Let's chat, make actual deck decisions. All right, come on, Assault Strobe. Let's end this real quick. Any sort of damage spell here. Hey, there we go. Cool. All right, first we'll pull off Anger here. A lot of sorcery-based stuff, so careful to not click through your turn so fast here. Ooh, I like that. We could save that for next turn. It's Assault Strobe now. Probably gonna have to block just in case. Attack. Nothing like a turn 2 kill. I think you're right. Yeah, it doesn't make sense that it would have ripped the side if it was thrown onto his head. Nice catch there, Quadratic Hawk. All right, we'll just get in as much damage as we can here. Crunch. He prevents lethal. We keep our Kiln Fiend alive. Of course, Double Strike would take care of that. Thank goodness for Trample. Blech. Turn 2, baby. Woo! And here we come, the last round. We shall create. So technically, this is undefeated. But as Singe is, it is in the list, but I just kind of want to see somebody pull off a, not so much prismatic, but, you know, your Hydroblast, Pyroblast style lists. That'd be cool. As we wait for our opponent, we'll go back over to our little cheat sheet here of what I'm grabbing. Yeah, so we ended up here. I kind of like anything with, I don't know, just this dies, draw a card thing. Again, there's no plan here, but it is an artifact creature. It has evasion. I just, something I just want to have 4 of for deck building in the years to come. Prologue to Phyresis. This is just so what my Creatureless Infect wanted. It's just, you know, draw a card, cantrip, poison counter. Just, oh God, if this was prior, I might be able to do something. So, yo. I have a party to crash in about 6 months. Gonna go grow a pumpkin around my horns. Chrome Prowler. I like anything with flash. This is probably the one thing that, you know, I'd probably get rid of if I don't know, run out of 3 cents a card thingy or whatever. But I just, I think flash is going to get to that breaking point to where you can just EOT every creature that you ever own. So, yeah. All right, we will keep this. Okay, looks like Affinity or Mogwarts. All right, I got excess of these. I'm going to pull this off now, draw a card. All right. Really looking for a Mutagenic or another land before we play our Kiln Fiend, especially across from an opponent that's probably got... This is when you do want the Pumpkin Man because a Mutagenic keeps him alive, whereas Kiln Fiend, it still dies to a Galvanic Blast. Alrighty. Well, we've got some options here. Maybe this will eat some removal, huh? Represent a little bit of damage. Renegade Tactics. My son first got into Magic. He had this in his first deck that he built, so it's always got a little soft spot in my heart. Land, please. Pretty good. Let's attack. Maybe they use up their removal. No? Okay. We'll bring out the Kiln Fiend. We're dead to Galvanic here. Oh, all right, cool. Strobe for the win. Dude, Emmett, yeah. That, I swear, boy. There's so many times, like, I want to get a dumb TV. All these smart TVs, and now they conflict with all the software you've got, and this update crashes with this one, and I just want a moderately intelligent TV. I don't, you know, we've got all these other things, and we don't need it to be everything. Really liking Renegade Tactics in a lot of these heavy matchups. Uh-oh. That's a real card. Lets us untap. That'd be a big problem. There's 1. 2. Okay. I'll do this. Well, Really oversold that one. All right. Ways around that. Guess not. Chirurgeon. Singe. No Singe. Could deal with what we just saw, but I've got other options for that. I'm going to bring in 2 Chirurgeons. Or, sorry. I keep saying that. He said surgeon with a ch. Chirurgeon. There we go. Chirurgeon. It's just funner to say Chirurgeon. Chirurgeon. All right. Not the greatest. I'll bring these down. Let's try that. Haven't even gotten milk in my fridge, lol. Yep. See you later, alligator. Oh, who's leaving? Who's leaving? Find in the fridge. Yeah. Chirurgeon. Yeah, it's the worst when it starts, like you said, in the refrigerator. At work, we've got this coffee maker that's super, it's broken down like 4 times in 1 year. And I mean, like, they have to re-buy it. And it's like a $300 unit. Just all these, talks to the web, asks you how you're doing. I'm like, come on, are we really that shallow as a species? You're digitally going to be like, oh, I'm feeling good, thank you. It's like, who falls for that? Not even falls for it. It's just a waste of memory and programming. All right, we've got what we need. We just need to keep it safe. We'll keep it. Chirurgeon. I hate the new way people are saying schedule, like schedule. I'm like, ugh, it just sounds like styrofoam to me. I was watching something on Disney the other day, and they said it like 3 times in one episode, and I was like, turning this off. The zeitgeist has changed the word. Alrighty. Double Kiln Fiend feels good because we can get a little reckless. I'm going to do this right now because I just want to either draw a land or... Oh, another Fiend's nice. I just want to either hit land or Apostle's Blessing in this matchup. My microwave to run Doom. Dry Bomber with the logic. Oh, you know what? If we lose this game, I think I will bring in Singe because that's quite a bit of blue mana. Maybe they're on Hydroblasts, right? Okay, this feels good. They don't have any red. We've got quite the kill cards here, especially if we draw another land. Notice how many times I'm saying that. As long as we draw another land. Happens a lot. No mutagenic save here. Okay, they've got to find it by now. Galvanic Blast, Breath Mint. Is it in the cards? Of course, to be fair, if we brought in Singe, we couldn't have played it right now. But we will bring it in for game 3. And maybe it'll be a deal breaker, right? Be the real deal. Okay, Mountain, please. No, this is the second game. Game 2 already. This is the last game, too. We'll go over the lists here and such, but yeah, quick show today. We're at 90 minutes. It'll probably be around the standard 2-hour mark. Land, please. Land. No. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Problem child. It's probably... I'm going to crash through. Hopefully we hit a land. Nope. All right. Okay. Got burnt instead of singed. They're just going to blue elemental blast the singe in response, right? Be like, there's your tech. And to be perfectly honest, if my life depended on it, and I might not have more than 1 or 2 in the sideboard, if any. Be truly honest and just wanting to play just lights out Magic. But for the sake of the show, it's neat when you find a new card, like kind of bends the rules like that. I've always been a sucker for things that say rather than. This is the deck called I Hope We Hit a Land. Yep. And this, the original had 16 lands. I added a 17th. Out of sheer discipline, I say. Yeah. All right. Come on, land. Let's go. Woo! All right. Well, back against the wall. Let's go. Maybe they just got 2 more chromatic stars in their hand. It's going to be a bloodbath, folks. Keep Keep our finger away from the yield button since we have Mutagenic in hand. All right. There's a blocker. This is one of the few times I wish this was the pumpkin. The pumpkin is saved by the galvanic, not the other way around. All right, we're bringing in Singe. Win, lose, or draw. Starting to feel like lose. We're going to be taking a whole bunch. If they're just saving galvanic for our face, that'd be respectable. Land. 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 Ah, thank you. Whoosh. Two blasts down. Oh boy. Galvanic blast to the face and we're just dead here. I don't really have much of an option though. See if they got it. A lot of sorceries in this. Galvanic to the face. Do they have it? That's so cruel. They've got all these answers and nowhere to get there. All right. Let's just see if they... I'm sure they've got an answer here, but we're just going to go for it in case they got greedy. Assault Strobe. I guess we'll just draw a card here. It's probably... This is better than the other. Let's draw a card. All right. I'll just dart. I'm sure it's just going to get Blue Elemental Blast DOT or something, right? Unless they just really didn't see this coming. I don't know. We got lethal right here. Splat. Okay. We go to game 3 legitimately this time. Volkinya. All right. Singe time. Oh, man. I don't know how to call that one, but our opponent quit. So, back to the thing. We'll count that as a 5-0. We've got, yeah, we left off here. Okay, so this, I have Malcator. Scry 2. Whenever another artifact enters the battlefield, it becomes a 4/4. I don't think this will ever see play, but I just keep compiling these things that become big things, and it's just nice to have, you know, this isn't like, go out and get this. This is my list where these are the things I'm going to get and I'm going to hold on to them. And eventually, you know, kind of one of those like, hey, this might be eventually something that I need. Next up, Mesmerizing Dose. Enchant a creature, taps it, and then you proliferate. Really good defensive card in a, you know, creatureless infect style build. And yeah, pretty cool. Vraska's Fall. Each opponent sacrifices a creature and gets a poison counter. Again, this is like, the deck's coming together just with this set. I'm kind of liking that's that's exactly right, Shiraz. They knew the Singes were coming. It's their only way out. Infectious Inquiry. Draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. This is a very standard design build. Nice little watercolor design there too. Looks very old school, the artwork on this. So up to Eli Mignana. And then each opponent gets a poison counter. So again, ways to generate card advantage and get those poison counters going. Pestilent Siphoner. Toxic. I'd probably just throw this out, but you know, it's I've been messing around with a black infect list and having a lot of fun with that, and just that one extra little damage, and then be able to sack it to what do you call Chainer's Edict style stuff. Offer Immortality. Target creature gains Death Touch and Indestructible. Why did I pick this out? There's a lot of cards that do this, similar things. I like redundancy, but boy, can you imagine putting this on a Crypt Rat? Activate for 1. That'd be pretty sweet. Good games, dude. Sweet list. Did you get that weird triangle white creature that's super creepy looking? Oh yeah, we've got it right over here, Crawling Chorus. But we already went over the white earlier, so I guess rewind if you're on YouTube for that. We had that. Yeah, I like when these things die. You know, you get in for 1, then it gets in for 2, so it's like it's a reach. But you know, again, I'm just trying to acquire a mass of anything that does poison because I love infect/poison because it breaks so many rules in the format. And this might be the set to kind of push something silly like Creatureless Infect to where it's like, whoa, that kind of wins. Exile target creature of mana value 3 or less, which most things are. So this is great removal. And then, you know, the corrupted thing is probably never going to come into play. But always a good card. Whispers of the Dross. Check out this artwork. Good grief. Crazy. Target creature gets -1/1 until the end of turn. Proliferate. So, good sideboard card. Obviously, Virulent Wound. Very similar. Gives a poison counter, though, so probably not even worth putting in the list. But again, if it says Proliferate, if it's an instant, I'm interested. And then Blazing Crescendo. Target creature gets 3/+1. Exile the top card until the next turn. You can play that card. These always seem to find a home and just aggro list. Again, it's one of those cards I'm going to get, and I will never sleeve it up because there's always going to be better options. But there might be a deck where you're just trying to chain things around, and this can be, an extra player in there. So I will show this to all my Pauper friends. Again, thanks, Pauper Paper Player. That's what the show is all about, man. You send us your list at paupergan@gmail.com. Usually it's not that fast, a couple weeks usually or whatever, and we'll do that. But it was great to play, and it's definitely one of my oldest styles. I can get out of bed and play that no problem. Thirsting Roots, 1 green. Either go get a basic land card, put it in your hand, doesn't go into play, or proliferate. Again, with a creatureless infect style, if you're trying to achieve like 2 or 3 colors, this might be a really nice way to do it. You're not going to be running gates on a list like that. Carnivorous Canopy. Let's slow down. Too much caffeine. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. That permanent's mana value is 3 or less, which 90% of it is. Proliferate. So again, nice little utility card there. Sorcery speed. You're probably wondering, what are you doing with this? You have 90 Terramorphic Expanses, but look at the art. It's so dark and creepy. I just got to have it. And then this, for 4, it's a lot, but anything that lets you search for blank, I think is relevant, especially with the extreme cards we've got. I mean, there's the Myrrh that fetches things and such. So again, it's just something I want to have in our lists. I'm not going to play it, but I wanted to show you Chimpskey's 2 good designs for... oh boy, I just cut these all down and now they're all the way back. All right, so in Chimpskey's Cipher list, this was a pretty sweet little build here. This is one of those auto generation things, so I've got, it's just throwing all these extra lands in here. We won't focus on the lands, but it's running the gate engine with, the gate engine. We've got Benevolent Bodyguard, Emerge Unscathed, Homestead Courage, being able to give things vigilance, and so it's more of a heroic shell here with the Sky Guard and Seeker. Got Hands of Binding, keep things tapped so that your big dudes just keep smacking. So we've got 2 Hands of Binding, which is its second best card, and then Hidden Strings, which better because it taps anything including lands. Guildmage showing up. I'm not quite sure if the mana would be chunky at this, but there is only 1 after all, and this is a very good card to keep in your mind as far as like as a deck designer, and you want to be like just always have it on like a little checklist if you're running any Dimir colors, because depending on how much counter magic or if you can keep this guy safe, you can really pull ahead with these abilities. It's super flexible. 3 High Priests. Obviously the Homestead Courage is a nice target to just keep bringing this back, and the defensive play in Prismatic Strands, and then 2 Deep Analysis to keep things rolling like that. Hidden Strings activates Heroic, says Chimpskey. Very, very true. And very, very awesome. Each time, just lighten it up. So, actually, you know what? Let's just take this for a spin. I'll show you the other list too, and then we'll play this, and then we technically will... this is the other list that came through, the Dimir Angle style one. Again, using the... it was kind of every single submission, just, it's warranted, right? Was just on Hidden Strings, but we see the same combo here, a 4-2 split between these two. Elusive Spellfist. We got a Ponder Preordained package, Weakstone Subjugation, which is very respectable. The Outcast and Ginger Boot get there, as does this. We got a lot of unblockables. Utility in this of 1 mind to draw the cards. Another Deep Analysis rollout, and the gates here. But let's see if we can get there with this. I don't know. What do you guys say? I kind of like this Zorius build. It seems a little bit more aggro-minded. So let's see how we do. And that way we can close the door on the Cypher Challenge. There's a few others, but there was a lot of lists I got that were like 80 cards. They're like, what about this? Well, maybe this. And then on Tuesdays, I'll do this. And it's like, if you're going to send me a list, I want it to be at least 75 that's been played a few times. But Chimpskey, where is it? Zorius. There it is, in a green shell. All right. Import deck. Oops, cancel that. Submit, I mean. All right, and join. We'll just see how we do here, right? Zorius aggro is my cup of tea. Yeah. So we don't have to wait for this. All right. So see how it does. That way I don't feel like such a hypocrite being like, send me this. And then, oh no, I just don't think it's worth a full show. If I don't know. I just don't want to rack up L's for no reason. If we're running bad or flooded or screwed, that's one thing. But I just was like, don't even know if you need this 2 could probably be just nothing. And then you just play 4 hidden strings and hope for the best. But who knows? Who knows these things? But yeah, again, that's not really PauperRBust's official, like, get these cards. That's just my personal grab bag, and I like to do that. I usually end up saying, like, there's 4 cards I like in the set, and then I get, like, 60, including the, counting them as 4 ofs. It's usually between, like, 60 and 90, because, 4 of this, 4 of that, 4 of this, 4 of that. Adds up quick. Nice little sideboard here. Light of Hope. Very flexible. Arms of Hadar. Yep, everything looking and sounding good. And if they do kill this, you just bring it back with Tethmos High Priest. So there. That way. We're good to go. Well, kind of a chunky land draw here. I'll mulligan this. That's a bit too many lands. Oh, come on, list. All lands to no lands. Oh, well. Boy, that's a white hand. Good grief. Mulligan. Yeah, I guess we'll keep this. We can at least bodyguard out. We've got strings. I'll get rid of one of them. Let me cancel that. Let me get rid of this. We've got a bodyguard. We've got that. If they enter strings. Yeah, done. Okay. Play this. Depending on what we see, we might drop the Trailblazer before the bodyguard. Like a black or a white source, I'd probably favor the bodyguard here. Green blue, I think I'm going to lean on Trailblazer to come out first. All right. Tethmos showing up. We'll bring this online. Play the Chon 3. All right. Here we go. A lot of cards won't match. I haven't gone over this with a fine-tooth comb. Hey, there's the list. Yeah, if you like it, check it out. Believe me, Hidden Strings gets online. It's brutal. Well, shall we try it? That's why we're here. Boop. Of course, we don't, or not, hold on, we can't even do damage yet. Oh, but it'll trigger that. Oh, I have to attack first. Yep, that's weird. All right, well, we'll play this. Gosh, do we, I guess next turn we can emerge unscathed. Just to trip it, because this has to do damage, right? Exile this card. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player, but 0 is not going to do it. Let's see if we can pull this off. See. It's supposed to trip heroic, right? I'm going to misplay this straight out of the gates. Arcane. Okay, guess it's not going to matter. Well, at least draw cards. Of course, one guy we go up against is Fog, and I just want to kind of showcase this list real quick. Here comes Fog. See you in 2 hours. Yes, we need to fix some stuff here. Let's go. It's a strange scenario without being able to have power there. Do we have a way to pick on the graveyard like with Faerie Macabre? I did not look. We've got Dawnbringers. All right. We get our money's worth now. It's been so long since I played that. Usually the creature is just no problem. It's going to do damage, but we play the one that has 1 damage. It's like, whoops. Okay, we'll bring out Seagate. Let me double check what we're even running here. I guess we just roll with standard. This one will obviously have. All right, so we'll say white. I'll bring this out. I don't think we have to worry about things being bounced, so I think I'm just going to play this right now, just so we can start putting some pressure on here. Bit of a silly play, but hey, it's a silly deck. Let's see, probably blue. Bloop. Sure, attack. I wish they stayed tapped. Somebody sent in a Psychic Venom deck with this, and that was pretty cool. Might be really cool here. We're not winning anytime soon, that's for sure. Yeah, but that's a creature. Hidden Strings hits the permanent, so pretty good balance, though. At least we get some targets here. Okay. Say blue. Now we're going to draw Hidden Strings and be like, whoops. Wouldn't that be the way of it, right? Okay. Let's attack. We got Tangle on our way here. This is like the slowest way to get there. Sure, blue. Again. Crunch. We don't really have a target for High Priest. It represents the same amount of damage, though, so I'll just bring it out. We're just going to be attacking with it. Not doing enough respectable damage to probably warrant a fog, but we're probably just going to be met with a Weather the Storm here and put us in Cryville. Oh, cool. They're going to behold the multiverse instead. Look at the stars. Ignore your life total. They probably just drew some life total. Ha! So the whole, like, what did we learn today? I learned that it's pretty hard to build a deck based on Cypher. It's maybe a nice little substitute card, but... Scryville. I like it. Woo! I gotta discard all kinds of stuff. Sideboard and Singe. Yes! We could technically get there with the gate, right? I'll just keep targeting our dude here. Watch, he's on like all this bounce style stuff. He's like, I can't get through that thing. We'll go blue. The Dragon Gate. The coolest of the gates. It's just fun to say. I guess we go blue. That's for black. I guess we'll go white. Madness, I say. Probably walking right into a tangle. So I'm going to not attack with Tethmos. That way I can represent 4 damage next turn. Bodyguard play. I guess I'll play 1. It's not really worth a Weather the Storm here. Two man at a tangle. A Quandrix Campus. Interesting place to go to school. Looks pretty fun. I'd go. I'd attend. Wonder what guild would charge the most for college. Like, probably the Orzhov. Yeah, this is straight up turbo fog. Crunch. Homestead Courage showing up. We might get some more options here. Be able to bring stuff back instant speed because of Homestead Courage, or is that a sorcery? That's a sorcery. Gosh darn it. But a 1/1 counter on target creature you control gains vigilance. Vigilance is going to be key because of Tangle. Tangle is such a backbreaker. Yeah, deep analysis will be nice. Won't have to worry about too much here. Going to play right in our opponent's hands, though. Hidden strings. Oh, they just have a fog, it looks like. Ah, never mind. Such a cool card. I think if I ever got a magic tattoo, it might be the Simic tattoo. It's a pretty good looking symbol. Well, they're milling themselves more than us for right now. Thanks again for sending this list complete. 2 of them too, Chimpskey. Appreciate that. I mean, that first week you're like, do they have to be in this week? And I'm like, oh no. These things are very slow rolling. Okay, just in case the aforementioned thing happens, I'm going to do this here. Even though we have a Tethmos active, I'm just going to pull this off now in case they do have Tangle. I at least can represent some more damage next turn. I guess we go for the win here. We know it's a fog. It's just, is it a Tangle or not? We got to go for the damage. I hope it's a Tangle almost, because our little centaur is going to laugh at it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, nice. Yeah, I got my son a pretty cool shirt for Christmas, just with all the magic symbols. And one of those things, like, if somebody spots it, knows what it is, they have to know magic pretty inside and out. It doesn't say, like, Magic the Gathering or anything. It's just pretty cool. But yeah, unfortunately, I try to support local stores and stuff, but you just can't find a lot of that custom stuff without going to Amazon, at least here in the States. A bit frustrating. All right, well, we don't have to really worry about an extra storm. We'll just bring out some more firepower here. I got 2 bodyguards. I'd rather keep a little mystery in our hand here. I got a feeling that was Tangle. The logo for what? Simic or for Magic or what? I miss when they just had the M with the circle around it. I thought that was so elegant. Oh, Boros, yeah. Yeah, we chose, obviously, to emulate that horribly closely with our logo because of the whole, like, resistance. And in the early days, the idea was that we were against WURM, WURM, which was Wizards United Rarity Management. And they were against Pauper, and it was me and Little Fight against the universe sort of thing. And so it was like this cool little, just kind of a version of that. Do we just do this main? I don't want to turn on a lot of effects, but I also want to get some cards. We'll do this here. Sure. Just hardcast it. Turn on some triggers. The Elementary School Magic Club. I helped out and got shirts this season. Oh, nice. Teacher running an art teacher did custom screen printing. Oh, wow, Mtmentat. That sounds awesome. Oh, cool. Yeah, I overthought the early days of propaganda way too much. But maybe that's what gives it staying power. Who knows? Hey, cool. I'll do this. I guess we'll call white, or I mean blue. And what's better here? I guess we'll give this, what should we give vigilance to? We'll give it to this. If Tangle shows up, we're pretty good. Boom, boom. It's got Tangle or not. Got to keep them honest with, we'll do that. Weather the storm sort of tricks. Yep. No weather, no weather, no weather. You should have a white border club, just a big pile for kids to just play with no sleeves on concrete. Oh, cool. Mtmentat. That'll be sweet. Make for a good top of the show. There's the robot. Man, look at all this. One of the better new art ones, but still just too busy for me. I prefer the old ones. Here we go. Hands of Binding showing up. Graveyard is active. I wish they would put a slight glow around anything that can come back. Remember they used to have the little graveyard symbols in the original Odyssey block? That was a bit tacky. Alrighty. Well, let's play Homestead Courage on Tethmos. Choose target creature. Sure, this one. Bit of a misplay there. I sense a, you know what, headed our way. Be nice to get another courage here, so. Ends of Binding. Well, this does absolutely nothing, but it does keep triggering stuff. But I'm going to sit on it as it sits here. We'll play the Chancery, return this. Cycle this. What do we got? What do we got? Nothing. Sure. Let's just keep it honest. Tangle? Yep. All of our stuff comes back next turn. We've really done a number on this. I can't even play Hands of Binding in this matchup. At least we know it's side out, right? Yeah, if they gain like 30 life here, I think I'm going to scoop. Dude, they got it. Oh, they're scrying. Okay, there's hope. We've seen... Where did it go? Didn't they weather the storm? I don't see anything in the exile pile. Is there a way to give an opponent a creature on Pauper? There are a few. 5 cards revealed. Let's see what they are. Weather the storm. Double weather the storm. All right, we're going to go to game. Next game. Concede. Don't have to write that one down. This is just a bonus round to see how this does here. Okay, Dawnbringer. All right, well, our opponent didn't like the way that one was going. Maybe they're afraid of a extreme graveyard hate, right? Gonna go there, but yeah, I think moving forward, any sort of cipher list like this, there's options for both, but that couldn't have been a worse like deck to go up against, right? Let me go up to, where was the list we played? Mauro's list. Okay, so yeah, this is the list he sent me if everybody's a little too lazy. So it runs one less land. Oops, that was weird. It runs one less land and was favoring this brute force card. I just felt like it was a win more card every time I saw it. He had a 2/2 lightning bolt split, and I don't know. I like the changes I made. It didn't change it too much. Singe at 2 is probably a better call. And instead of going, but you know, his metagame was more for the immolating Soul Eater and a Mind Collapse and stuff like that. But anyway, that's how things go here. Hopefully you guys like that list. I guess Kiln Fiend's not dead, right? Everybody's waiting for Kildatha Red, and it's definitely a little bit more of a consistent list. But if you want that firepower and you got things to do, like fold the clothes, do the laundry, wash the dishes between rounds, this is a great list to play because you just blink, as we saw, and people underestimate it, and it's over way more often than not. So anyway, we'll be back same time, same place next week with another show. Until then, I'm going to go out on the Pauper Power 9, and I'll see you all this weekend online. And thanks for joining me all. Please spread the word. We're tiny still. I'd like to get a lot more viewers and such, but hey, it takes all of us, right? Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me, and hopefully the 49ers win tomorrow. Adios.